Okay, I'm here with Chris Phillips from 1% Lists. We've been doing a whole video series on the home selling process and kind of what it's like for people who are trying to sell their home and what kind of a difference it makes with his business model of a 1% commission. So, we're going to do a little story time. We're going to talk about some stories about different clients that Chris has worked with, just kind of different things they've dealt with and how he's helped them walk through it. So let's start with just kind of overall. I'm curious when I say, let's tell some stories. Is there one that sort of pops into your mind right away?
Yeah, I love stories.
Yeah.
Every deal is a story.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one who was actually the first one we did when I opened about 6 months ago. Yeah.
Okay.
So this particular family had a situation where they had almost no equity.
Okay.
So if those of you don't know what that is, it means they owed about what this thing was going to sell for.
Yeah.
And they needed us. And a lot of our clients do need us
Mm-hmm.
for that very reason.
Mm-hmm.
But the lady, the wife in this situation, was very assertive in saying, hey, we got to do this. I ain't writing a check. And it's up to you to make sure that we don't.
Okay.
There's always a reason for that. I mean,
Yeah.
the money's reason enough. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in this case, they had a sick child.
Okay.
Lots of doctor bills.
Okay.
Lots of visits currently going on, this and that. And she's like, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
We can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So we list the house. We get an offer on it in like 8 or 9 days.
Okay.
It doesn't appraise.
Mm.
It's $5,000 short.
Wow.
Well, I tell the other side of the transaction, we don't have $5,000. If the buyer wants this house, they need to file a reconsideration of value.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? I've never heard of it. So I tell them what it is and how to do it. And 2 days later, we have our $5,000.
Okay.
They did not write a check at closing, but they did not receive a check at closing.
Okay.
We broke that sucker even,
Okay.
and it still felt great for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That family has probably sent me 4 more families since,
Yeah.
because it really just, it didn't just, they didn't want it to happen. They needed it to happen.
Yeah.
And I feel that, and it gives me great pride and pleasure to be able to deliver on it.
Yeah.
So
That's great. How does your process affect people with their financial stress?
it's stressful to sell a house anyway,
Mm-hmm.
right up there with divorce.
Mm-hmm.
I've had 2 of those, so I kind
Mhm.
of feel that a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
But I also sell, I buy and sell 5 to 10 houses a year usually.
Yeah.
And I think every real estate agent should have to sell a house at least once a year.
Mm.
It is stressful.
Yeah.
Even when the money's not a problem, it's
Mhm.
stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So really taking the reins and knowing the mechanics of the transaction
Mm-hmm.
is part of that stress relief,
Mhm.
and being able to say, hey, you don't have to cry about this. You don't have to cuss about this. This is how it's going to work.
Yeah.
And you just let me handle it.
Yeah.
But the money's also, it comes into play. I mean, people have goals. Most people aren't sitting on huge retirement accounts, and the house is their biggest investment.
Yeah.
And they need their equity, and they deserve it. It belongs to them.
Yeah.
Okay. So being able to deliver more,
Mm-hmm.
and we can't always be perfection. I mean, sometimes people have to write a check,
Yeah.
but it's a smaller check.
Yeah.
But in those cases where there is equity, it's a bigger check
Mm.
that they receive. And it's just a matter of personal life.
Right. Yeah. Because you love a win-win.
A win-win.
Yep.
Absolutely.
What do people say to you after working with you? Can you give me? I know you've mentioned you get a lot of Google reviews and people will send you referrals.
Mhm.
You also mentioned getting hugged a lot in the past few years.
Yeah.
So when the transaction's over and people look at you either across the table or wherever it happens, what are some of the things they say?
Sometimes they don't say much,
Mhm.
but they're smiling.
Yeah.
You can read the room.
Mm-hmm.
And when in the old days, sometimes the seller was kind of terse when they left.
Yeah.
They didn't hang around and wish everybody well.
Yeah.
But And now, I mean, there's just, they know that they're getting such a deal. And especially in the case where they were skeptical from the rip, and they're like, hey man, this really did work exactly like you said it would. And we're going to tell everybody. And thank you is enough. I mean, it's enough. And sometimes we don't even get much of that, but it's, you can tell that they're pleased, and that's enough. It just gives me great pride. I told you, I think in another episode, that one of the closing attorneys that I use a lot, he says, without you, they'd have written a check. And I love it. I love that.
Have you ever worked with someone who says that they hate realtors?
Absolutely. Some of them hated me to begin with.
Oh, okay.
Some of them hated me during the transaction because, I have a retired Army Ranger that comes to mind. And I think I fielded several expletives out of him over the transaction and how things were going and what people asked for. And he wanted to clear a certain amount of money, and we ended up clearing it for him.
Okay.
But during the process, he got stressed out a few times. There was a water leak we thought it was under the slab of the house. But being a licensed contractor and having seen some things over the years, I said, you sent your plumber, let me send mine. My plumber plumbed the house when it was built. And he said, no, it's not going to be in the slab. It's going to be under the footing, because this is how we were running them, and this is the material we were using. And that joint fails sometimes. So instead of a $2,000 or $3,000 fix, we end up getting it done for $450.
Okay.
Closing on time, the whole thing that goes with it.
Yeah.
But several really stressful moments for that seller during that transaction.
Yeah.
And at closing, he's laughing about it. He'd hurt his arm and he's in a sling. And I said, you don't look like you can whoop me right now, And he's like, you were my sounding board.
Yeah.
And he said, you never lost your cool.
Yeah.
And that helped me. And I said, well, I had no idea I was helping you, during those moments, but I'm glad to know that.
Sure. Let's dive into your licenses outside of real estate, because I'm intrigued by this. So you're a general contractor. You are a loan officer. What am I missing?
I am a licensed contractor in Georgia and Alabama.
Okay.
I currently build houses.
Okay.
Right now, I think we have 11 going.
Wow.
And I have partnerships in some of that, but I'm the license. Real estate broker, Georgia and Alabama.
Okay.
Licensed loan officer, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, and North Carolina. Mostly the military bases, because like I told you, those are my people.
Yep.
I love to help them. I love to show them that they don't have to pay the interest rate they were quoted by the people that are assigning them to a real estate agent who's then paying a 35% referral fee that they don't know about.
Yes.
So, I mean, we do a lot of that.
Yeah.
Used to be an appraiser, and one of the things I'm working on right now is getting that credential back. I let it go. Way back in the day, I sold a lot of REO houses, a lot of foreclosed homes.
Okay.
And the banks wanted to see that you had an appraisal credential.
Okay.
And so I got it in, I think, 2003. But I'm going to get that back. Just to have it. People give me a lot of stuff about the licenses that I have.
Yeah.
But jack of all trades, I guess, but the trade being housing.
Well, it all goes together. It's not like it's for completely unrelated things.
Right.
So I feel like maybe you have some stories where your contextual knowledge of other parts of this transaction really helped somebody with a sale. Can you think of anything like that?
They are mostly to deal with the nuance of the VA appraisal process.
Okay.
Now,
can you talk a little bit more about that?
VA loans get a black eye, if you will. Lots of agents discriminate, just to use the right term, against VA loans, and they will encourage their sellers not to accept those deals because supposedly they always come in short of the appraisal.
Interesting.
It's not the case.
Yeah.
When you look at the statistics, they're right there with conventional loans and FHA loans.
Yeah.
The VA loan is the only loan out there where you can contest the appraisal.
Okay.
The buyer has the right to file what's called a reconsideration of value. And above 80% of the time, the VA Regional Loan Center approves that reconsideration.
Mm-hmm.
I've had one as recently as about 9 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they work most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that is really sort of the nuanced thing. A lot of real estate agents don't know about it.
Yeah.
Frankly, a lot of loan officers don't know about it.
Wow.
Because we live in this industry where you can take a licensing class and 6 hours of continuing education a year and be done.
And just go ahead and start selling.
And go ahead and say you're the professional.
Yep.
You know, and it's a pet peeve of mine, but
Yeah,
it is
but
the
it is
truth.
what it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So lots of power in knowing all of the nuance, all of the context
Sure.
around the entire transaction, not just the real estate.
I have
piece of it.
agents every day that disagree with the way that I charge
Yeah.
that call me for advice.
Yeah.
Last night,
Mm-hmm.
hey, Chris, I've got this Zillow deal that I got,
Yeah.
and the buyer signed a brokerage agreement with me and the Veterans United agent. So he's on the hook to both of us. And we're fighting over how that needs to work. And he's asking me what I think about it. And after my rant about undisclosed referral fees,
Yeah.
I told him what I thought.
So I asked you a few minutes ago if you ever deal with someone who hates realtors. And you said yes. And you told the story about an Army, what was it?
He was a ranger.
He was a ranger.
And he hated real estate agents. And
Yeah.
that, part of that came out in some of those rants.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So but then you were talking about the closing table. He's kind of joking with you about it. Obviously, things had turned around. What is the process like of taking someone from the point of hating you and everyone like you, and then getting to the point of not just not hating you, but actually appreciating what you did and finding value in what you did?
It's delivering the value.
Yeah,
You have to deliver it.
following through.
It's got to work like you told him it was going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we don't live in a perfect world, but
Mhm.
honesty is all we have.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't tell you what's going to happen in this transaction, but I can tell you what I think
Mm-hmm.
and I can tell you what I know.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of it we'll get through.
Yeah.
So another Army captain recently, we just had some contentious conversations around me soliciting his listing, and he
Mhm.
ranted a little bit about what he thought about real estate agents making $800-900 an hour and that sort of thing. And it's uncomfortable up front,
Yeah.
but I've got really thick skin or I couldn't do this discount thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have to understand the loudest people are usually the ones that end up when you can turn them around
Mhm.
and show them what you can do. They're the ones that appreciate it the most.
They're also loud the other direction,
Yeah, for sure.
talking about how much they
sure.
like you and what you did for them. And
Yeah. And then watch that scale.
yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
that's cool. Okay, so we've been telling some stories. Well, Chris has been telling some stories.
Mhm.
I've been listening, just about the process of selling a home, different things he's experienced with different people, some of whom hated him, some who didn't, but all of them ended up liking you and ended up appreciating what you did. We've been doing a whole video series on this topic, this topic and things that are related to it. And so if you haven't checked out the other videos, you definitely should. Also, if you'd like to talk with Chris or find out more about what he does and the 1% model, you can do that at whatis1percentlists.com. That's a great starting point. Take a look and see if he's somebody that you want to talk to. He probably will be. As I said, check out the rest of our videos.